From The Advocate, a special report on the Democratic National Convention. One of the defining debates in this election revolves around the religious right and its negative impact on the LGBT community. And one of the most influential voices in that faction belongs to Dr. James Dobson, founder of Focus on the Family. I decided to come to Colorado Springs, where the organization has its headquarters. Focus on the Family considers its 81-acre campus in the heart of conservative Colorado a welcoming place. But over the years, James Dobson has said things that have made many in the LGBT community feel like outcasts. I took a tour of the campus and sat down with the group's president and CEO, Jim Daly.
The core mission is marriage and parenting. I mean, that is the bread and butter of Focus on the Family. We get about 11,000 people a day contacting us on those basic issues of how do I keep my marriage together and how do I be a better parent. And we think we help in those ways. We have a lot of resources here to help folks deal with those issues in a way that hopefully builds them up and helps their homes stay together.
Daly is an affable guy, but there's little doubt about the group's view of anyone who doesn't share its ultra-conservative beliefs. Is it a sin to be homosexual?
It's a sin to act on homosexual feelings, yeah. I think the Bible's pretty straight about that.
Focus on the Family has 1,000 employees who dispense advice, sponsor seminars, and produce radio and TV programs. A welcome center caters to children with Bible-based cartoons, play areas, even a display showing the development of an unborn baby. Advancing an anti-abortion agenda is one of the organization's top priorities.
For us, life does begin at conception, and so when we talk about abortions and 50 million children that have been, lost to abortion, that's a serious spiritual issue for this nation, and that's one that we would like to see changed.
Focus on the Family's rhetoric has often enraged the LGBT community, but they insist they don't preach hate. Their intolerance is couched in the language of the Bible and a display of acceptance.
We've got to get to the point in the culture where we can say, we disagree. Here's my forceful argument, and let's hear yours. And, I think as we go to the voting booth on some of these things, that's where those decisions will be made. And yet I still want to walk away saying, James is a great guy. I mean, I could be his friend.
What would you say, I'm just curious, what would you say if one of your children said, I think I'm gay?
I would say, I love you, and I'm here for you. And we would talk that through, I'm sure.
It would be one thing if their preachings were aimed at those seeking them out, but in fact, Focus on the Family has an entire branch lobbying to make their beliefs the law of the land. Last year, it spent $10 million. The organization, you say, doesn't attempt to influence change within the government. Is that a violation of separation in church? So church and state, rather?
We shouldn't expect people of faith to check their faith at the door when it comes to a public square. I just think that's unfair. It's a nice checkmate or an attempt to checkmate, but we're all informed by our worldview, and we're going to bring that into the public square for discussion. Those that believe in God, those that have no belief in God, and to try to put a muzzle around those that speak in the public square, those people of faith, because of this separation of church and state. I don't think it's real.
Whether you believe Focus on the Family is a ministry of love or an engine for intolerance, there is little doubt it is a force to be reckoned with in this election. I'm James Hattori in Colorado Springs for The Advocate.